outside of, obviously, don't make a do-it-yourself formula because you don't want to have kind of reactions like that. So what option are they left with?
So the best option, first and foremost, would be contact your pediatrician, because very often they have some samples that they can give you, at least until you can get through to the next time you're able to get stock through the store.
So
The other options, too, sorry for the interruption. Other options, too, are if you want to, I would check local charities, and also check your local WIC, which is Women, Infant, Children, or SNAP, which is Supplemental Assistant Program, which is they have some options in your local area to find formula.
Good tips for us. Dr. Sarah Adams, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Tom?
All right, Amanda, we have plenty more to unpack this morning, so let's get right to it. Joining me now, reporter for the Daily Caller, Brianna Lyman, former associate political director for President Ronald Reagan, and columnist for the American Spectator, Jeffrey Lord, and national affairs reporter for National Review and Newsmax contributor John Fund. We welcome our panel. Okay, folks, weeks after agreeing to take Twitter private for a $44 billion price tag, Elon Musk has put his purchase on hold, at least temporarily. The Tesla CEO revealed the holdup in a series of tweets. The stock dropped significantly following that announcement, but he later added that he remains committed to the acquisition. John, I want to go to you first. Musk says that he's waiting for more information on fake accounts before he proceeds. Do you see this deal eventually getting done?
Yes, I think Musk has gone so far with his credibility that it would be damaged if he didn't go through. On the other hand, he has every right to practice what I would call due diligence. Look, I'm on Twitter. I know that my account is real because I haven't bought any fake addresses or anything like that. But I can assure you, I know several people who have padded their account with fake addresses, fake names, because, it's part of mine is bigger than yours syndrome. So he has every reason to want to make sure when he's kicking the tires that the tires have air in them.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of folks said, we're very happy about the fact that they sort of treated like this was a done deal. But this is a very complex transaction, and it's going to take time. Speaking of Elon Musk and his recent tweets, take a look at this one. He said, and I'll read it, quote, "Biden's mistake is that he thinks he was elected to transform the country, but actually everyone just wanted less drama." Brianna, you recently discussed this tweet in an article that you wrote for the Daily Caller. Kind of seems like he summed up in one sentence the problem not just of Joe Biden, but of today's Democratic Party. I thought it was brilliant. What were your thoughts on this?
Elon Musk is absolutely right. And, there was a 2020 Pew Research poll that came out that found that 56% of Biden voters voted for Biden because he wasn't Donald Trump. And what we're seeing now, and I have to, bring this back to Biden's recent ultra MAGA comment, this wasn't an offhand comment. This was deliberate political posturing because he has to remind his base ahead of the midterms that while he and the Democrats may be incompetent, they're certainly not part of that scary ultra MAGA crowd. And Trump's influence is far too large to ignore. We see how fruitful his Ohio endorsements proved. We know that millions of Americans have felt this reinvigorated sense of, populism and nationalism. So Biden and the Democrats must focus on the scary ultra MAGA crowd in order to, possibly win the midterms.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that later in the show as well. Jeffrey, your thoughts on this, because it seems to me like he kind of hit it on the head. You think anybody in the Democratic Party is going to listen?
No, I don't. And what I find so interesting, there's a story out this morning that Elon Musk has been taken to task by, Twitter employees because he tweeted out something about their bot review process. Now, if you can imagine that, these people sitting there and they're all on the left feel, well, what the heck? We're just going to take down our own boss, our soon-to-be boss, for doing this. They don't care. And so when he says something about Joe Biden, of all people, and has the audacity to say the truth, they're going to jump on him. And I'm not in the least surprised about this. And the Democratic Party is long gone here in terms of rationality. They're not going to listen to him.
Yeah, John, he's got to deal kind of with his own deep state. to one degree or another if he's going to actually take over this company.
Well, if you look at all of the tech companies, all of the employees make political contributions. They list who they work for. You can figure it out. Twitter is about 96% of the contributions go to Democratic candidates, so you know the workforce you're dealing with. I want to give a shout out to Netflix, which has a rebellious employee cadre that said, "Oh, we're so sensitive. We're dealing with all of this material, like black comedians who say outrageous things." And what did Netflix say? You don't have to work here. There are other places that would be happy to have your talents.
Exactly.
And if you can't handle the content, it's a voluntary arrangement between the two of us.
Yeah, the employees don't run the company.
Exactly.
Yeah. I want to pivot here real quickly. Jeffrey, we heard the other day President Reagan's national security advisor, Robert McFarlane, passed away this week, 84 years old. You worked in the Reagan White House. Some of your quick reflections on his passing.
Yeah, Bud McFarlane was a wonderful man, a very honorable man. He got caught up, and I was there at the time, in the whole shenanigans over Iran-Contra, etc. But notwithstanding that, he had a marvelous career. He was lovely to work with. I mean, I was a young staffer at the time, and he, of course, had a very senior military record, but he couldn't be kinder to the people around him. And he was one smart guy. President Reagan liked him a lot. He will be missed.
Yeah, I had always heard that when I was in the Bush administration, and he was still a little bit more active at that point. That he just was one of the nicest people, one of the best bosses that people had. People had a very warm and feeling and affection for him. Brianna, this week a lot of back and forth over the baby formula thing in the